Gun control is a set of laws and legislation that are put in place by either the federal government or by individual state governments in order to regulate the manufacture, the sale, the possession, and the use of firearms by civilians. Gun control laws have been implemented since firearms were first invented by the Chinese in the 1300s, and the controversy that surrounds them is over whether or not these laws should continue to be further implemented in the United States. Gun control laws should not continue to be further implemented in the United States, as they do not effectively deter criminals from obtaining and from using firearms to damage our society. One of the main reasons that thousands of crimes are committed annually in the United States that involve firearms is because the criminal justice system is inadequate in its ability to take convicted felons and incarcerate them for their crimes. Although over 800,000 people are convicted annually for crimes in the United States, only around 15% of them are ever actually placed in prison for their actions. Because of this, many criminals simply are not afraid of committing gun-related crimes, as the probability that they will face consequences for their actions is relatively low. For instance, in June of 2015, Catherine Steinle was a 32-year-old woman whom had just recently moved to San Francisco for work. One morning, she was walking along one of the piers in San Francisco Bay with her father, whom was visiting with her, when an illegal immigrant walked up from behind the two and shot Catherine in the head. And as she lay dying in the arms of her father, Steinle's final breath was followed by the words, "Help me, Dad." The man who murdered Steinle, Francisco Sanchez, was an illegal immigrant who had been deported from the United States on 5 separate occasions prior, and was also a previously convicted felon. And although California is one of the most heavily regulated states in the country in terms of gun control laws, this man was still able to obtain a firearm and use it to murder an innocent American citizen, despite the fact that he was a convicted felon whom had been deported for criminal activity numerous times before. The fact that he was able to engage in such an act against an innocent American citizen illuminates the fact that, although in theory stricter gun laws equates to less gun violence, a truly determined criminal isn't going to be deterred by something as simple as a law stating that he's not able to commit a crime. Along with the fact that they do not deter criminal activity, gun control laws also limit the ability of individuals to use firearms for recreational use, such as hunting and going to the shooting range. In 2011, there was an estimated 13.7 million hunters throughout the U.S., whom spend a combined $8 billion annually on firearms and ammunition. 32% of gun owners in the U.S. use their firearms for hunting, while an additional 7% use them for shooting at the range. As gun control laws continue to be implemented across the country, the ability of individuals to participate in activities such as these is severely limited, and there is also an indirect effect on the economy, as the market for firearms is currently nearly $10 billion annually. As gun control laws are continually implemented in the country, the profits that are gained through sales of firearms will continue to decrease, reducing the value of the stocks of manufacturing companies and slowly dropping the value of the stock market as a whole. As I am a hunter myself, and as I do go to the shooting range many times throughout the year, the effects that gun control laws have on our society are extremely prevalent to me, such as the fact that you can't use a semi-automatic rifle while you're hunting, and you can't use brass-tipped bullets while you're hunting. And while these may seem like minor inconveniences at first, they quickly add up to make it extremely difficult to participate in recreational activities that would otherwise be completely harmless to our society.